Hello, BrainLayer9 here, and today I'm going to be commenting on Clay Claymore's Where's My Ad Revenue video, where he sponsored the Nostalgia Critics Where's the Fair Use video. I know that Mega Dupe TV also commented on this video, but I want to respond myself since there were a couple of things he missed. Let's go.
Online videos have come a long way, haven't they?
I remember seeing those types of videos in the trending section.
We've gone from the novelty of just filming our cats to budgeted studios that turn out professional work every year, as well as the novelty of just filming our cats. But there's a group of entertainers that, despite growing more and more popular and having done this for years, still meet with a lot of hostility from Hollywood, and those are the entertainers who incorporate fair use. This is what we do.
I thought he was showing just that.
Now, for those who don't know, fair use is the doctrine that states excerpts of copyrighted material may, under certain circumstances, be quoted verbatim for purposes such as criticism, news reporting, teaching, and research, without the need for permission from or payment to the copyright holder.
Skipping a joke, I'm going to be using the hashtag regardless despite understanding fair use.
So that means if you use copyright material for, say, a review or satire or education, it's completely legal. Too bad Hollywood doesn't see the law that way. Oh, poor Hollywood! Look at all the box office records you're breaking in the past 10 years! Look at all the new filmmakers that wouldn't exist without online media! Look at all the digital commercial tie-ins and trailers that you're exploiting the hell out of! You're killing him, Internet! You're strangling him like a newborn unicorn who just wants to give you rainbows!
I thought copyright was supposed to nurture creativity, but seriously, he never really said they were necessarily evil by nature.
Now thankfully, that act never passed, but that doesn't mean their practices aren't still being put into effect.
Hi, I'm Alex from I Hate Everything. 3 days after I released my review of Cool Cat Saves the Kids, a terrible, infamously bad movie, I received a suspicious copyright strike from the
I just skip it for time. Ignoring the fact that YMS did research to explain fair use to his viewers, are you sure every net reviewer knows nothing about fair use? Most of them sure, but I can't say all of them do, being burden of proof.
There are tons of videos that are taken down unfairly on YouTube, trying to put people who use fair use in the same category as those who—
If he's involved in this and knows which of his videos were removed, then showing his videos are rare game.
There are no penalties for companies creating false claims or strikes. In fact, there's a claim where you can take someone's monetization on a video, even if the claim turns out to be false. So if a studio says, hey, your Event Horizon review, that's our review, 100%. They can take the money you're supposed to be making on it until you file a counterclaim. And if they never fight it or are proven to be wrong, they still get to keep all the money that they made on you. No questions asked.
Well, that answers my unasked question of why it's bad to revert to your own videos. Yeah, this is something where I have to side with neither person. I get that worrying about the money is wrong, but the companies aren't quite justified taking money from an invalid source. Yeah, I do. An okay point, by the way.
It's gotten to a point where we've had to change our content dramatically. Clips of films have been intensely reduced down, and some reviews don't even use clips. They use reenactments.
You're not gonna bring up how those reviews were made when the movies were still in theaters? Also, did you without warning intentionally skip part of the video to bolster your points? I can't tell since it may very well be irrelevant to your own points given a comment you posted about Brad Jones.
The studios have made it clear they are not going to play fair, and they will step over anybody's rights that they need to get exactly what they want.
An okay point, but wouldn't that be considered as transformative?
So, what needs to change? Well, first make it so that studios can't steal money that's rightfully yours. If there's a
You probably wanted to get that out of the way due to unimportance.
monetization claim, why not place that money made for the video in a side account? That way if the claimant releases the claim, the money should go to the creator. I've been doing this professionally for over 8 years. And I have never had a day where I felt safe posting one of my videos, even though the law states I should be safe posting one of my videos.
He was scared, just not as much, I think.
When you receive a claim, it hasn't even gone through a human being yet. YouTube gives claimants the power to make money off of your video before it's even been determined that your video is actually infringing upon their copyright.
Why should content creators be responsible for having to deal with angry people who take reviews personally and use that anger to maliciously target and silence voices with a system that allows them to do so?
Because invalid or butthurt claims are justified, right?
The internet is a place where anyone can become famous. Let's try to keep it that way.
Technically not wrong, but they can overlap. And there's nothing useful after this, so I'm stopping here. Look, Clay, I don't hate you, but I think you just made a bunch of human errors that I hope you understand now that I've pointed them out a bit more. This is Brain Layer 9, and bye, lo.